Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a reading to see the energies, to check in on the energies between you and your twin flame. So we're going to go ahead and begin the reading with a little bit of a crystal reading. But before we begin, let me just say, if you guys are into the reading and you like the way I read the cards, my energy, my vibe, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment on any parts that you liked or enjoyed about the reading. I would really appreciate the feedback and the support. Thank you so much in advance. But and obviously if you don't like it, please feel free to not do that, and that's fine. But yeah, so okay, let's go ahead and see what is this person. Well, we're gonna do this little crystal reading here quickly. So this is, I don't even know what crystal this is. Honestly, I don't even know I had this crystal until I just closed my eyes, picked it out. But it's very interesting. It's this white color. It's kind of like that milky white that that's very popular as a nail color right now. So that's making me think that you guys could be really trying to take care of yourself, maybe enhancing your look or enhancing your style, maybe trying to have a more sophisticated look, or experimenting with your look, or just trying to feel good about yourself. Oops, sorry, I shook the camera. But yes, sort of feel good about yourselves. That's the first message that I'm getting. Another message that I'm getting is that there might be a sort of, I'm noticing the shape of this is shaped like a wedge. So there could be a wedge between you. I'm noticing too that this crystal is super opaque. You cannot see through it at all, even though it is that milky white. You think it would be translucent, but it's almost giving me a vibe of there was smoke or something swirling around in here, and it solidified. So when we're dealing in twin flames, we're dealing in the realm of spiritual and telepathic communication. If you're a twin flame, you know, and if you know, that's what I meant to say. So it's but I feel there has been a sort of barrier erected between the two of you, I would guess, on your end, because I more so focus the energies on you when I'm reading the crystal. So I feel this could be something that you have enacted, or this could be actual literally you blocked this person, or you removed them from your social media, or you deleted their phone number. Could be something like that. Or you haven't done any of these things and you've just made a conscious decision that you want to try to move on with your life and take care of yourself. I feel that I'm getting a sense too with this crystal of neutrality. White can represent a lot of things, but I'm just getting that you're not really upset about it that much anymore. You're not really invested. You're more so trying to have this blank slate, because I feel you feel that you have done so much work in this connection, that you have put in, you've tried all these different ways. Maybe you've tried to be what you thought this person wanted you to be, and then you've also tried to just be yourself, and you've tried to just be cool, and then you've just tried to speak your feelings, and you've tried all these different strategies, and you're kind of just I've tried everything, what can I do? And just kind of it took the emotional charge out of the situation, because you're there just isn't a way. And that's the biggest lesson of all that I'm learning. That's what you would say maybe. But I don't know. I feel you also, something that I'm getting is that you could be trying to move on with your life, or at least exploring that idea in your head, whether you have met somebody or not. But I'm also getting a sense that maybe you're afraid, that you're almost unsure if you could trust your own judgment, is something that I'm getting. You feel that as a result of everything that has gone on between you and your twin flame, maybe something that you felt once very sure about, it's almost made you question your own judgment, and if you can trust your own heart and your own self. So that's what I'm getting right off the bat for where you guys are at. So we'll leave that crystal there, and we are going to go ahead with the reading. I'm going to do the divine feminine first, and then the divine masculine underneath. So let's get a read. Actually, let's do the masculine first, since we just did the feminine, actually. All right, so what is this masculine, the divine masculine, this connection? What is their energy towards the feminine right now? What is their energy towards the feminine right now? Let's see, this deck is kind of big for me to do it like this, but okay. Oh, I have little hands, even with these nails. this masculine feeling, spirit, towards this feminine. Okay, let's go. The 9 of Wands, 9 of Fire, the Magician, the Knight of Wands, and Temperance. Okay, and let's look at the feminine. Okay, tap me into the feminine's energy, spirit. Hey, tell me, how is this feminine feeling towards the masculine? The Queen of Wands. Okay. The King of Cups. The 8 of Pentacles. And the 5 of Swords. Overall energy was the 2 of Swords here. Okay, very interesting. So, right off the bat, I could see that you guys, if you're the feminine watching, which I'm going to assume that you are, you guys are more so in an energy of, you've elevated yourself into like a place of power. Hold on, I feel like this is all crooked. And let me just fix this, otherwise I'm not going to be able to concentrate on this reading. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I feel like you guys are feeling very, you have like Queen and King energy, whereas this person has like Knight energy. There's also 2 major arcanas in the masculine's energy, and there are none in yours. So I feel like what I'm getting from this is that in the dynamic between you and your person, your work, you know how I was saying, like, you've come to a place of neutrality and you've kind of just like realized all the lessons. It's like you've tried everything and you've kind of just been like, okay, like, that's it. Like, I don't know, like, there's nothing more I can do. And you're just like pulling your energy back and like sucking it back into yourself and just like focusing on your own life at this point. Whereas I feel like you're masculine, like we have the number 1, like the first, it's not the first card of the major arcana because that is the Fool, but this is like the number 1. So that obviously the Fool is 0 if you don't know, but I'm sure if you watch videos, you know that, and you're into tarot. But I'm more so getting a sense here that your masculine's journey is like kind of just beginning. And I feel like at the beginning of this journey, and even with you, maybe they were in like a Fool energy, in the foolish energy, where they were kind of just like not really paying attention to what they were doing, just kind of like maybe no like ill intentions as well, but they were kind of just like bopping along, doing their thing here, maybe even like unknowingly, or just carelessly. I wouldn't say unknowingly, because it's like we have to like give people credit, like unless this masculine is actually like mentally challenged, like it's like, you know, when you're, what you're doing to people, you know what your actions are doing. And especially like the vibe I was getting from you was somebody that was like they tried to express how they felt, and then maybe also tried to like pull back and even like play the game a little bit. But I feel like there was that era of time where maybe there were things expressed, and I feel like this is a cycle that has gone on for a long time between you guys, and you've both played a role. And I feel like you're masculine. Now I'm seeing this Magician here with this gray beard. I feel like something about this whole, I think they are stepping into a more mature role in their life, and they're sort of examining the situation. They're kind of like taking stock of where they're at right now. And actually, like, I feel like that careless and like unaware energy, even just like unaware of like in the way where they're kind of just like living day to day, not really like caring about what they're doing or who they're hurting or like what decisions they're making regarding you, but also just regarding their own life. I feel like they're kind of like taking a look at that right now. I feel like also with this 9 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, I feel like they're noticing that that barrier has been erected between the two of you somehow. Let me just take a sip of my coffee. They're definitely feeling the distance, I would say. or they're noticing that your attention's diverted away from them onto other things, because I'm noticing these two women kind of look similar. So this could be like their perception of you is that you're kind of like, ooh, something else shiny and new. They could almost have a mentality like that, where I'm also getting a sense from your masculine that maybe they're trying to almost like make themselves feel better by telling themselves that, see, I was right, like it wasn't even like serious because this person is just like now distracted by something else. They could be kind of trying to like trivialize things or kind of compartmentalize the whole situation into something like that, where they're kind of like absolved from blame and kind of like, see, I knew it, like, see, look, this person now they're like looking at that and they don't care, so I guess I was right, that this person didn't really care about me, because they could have been using that as an excuse, almost like, no, like I've been hurt in the past, like who hasn't, buddy, you know what I mean? Yes, it is true. Yes, trauma is real. Yes, it does cause reactions in people, but you know, and even in you guys. But the thing is like you have to like look at those triggers and you have to look at those reactions and like take the emotional charge out of them, which is what's like, feel like the whole vibe of this reading is on your end, guys. And I'm sure your masculine is going to get there, just in general in their life, where they're able to do that. And I feel like they're starting that journey right now. But patience is here. I feel like this is going to take them a long time. This isn't something that's going to be like, oh, and I'm sure you can attest to that. I'm sure this has been a long journey for you guys as well. So yeah, I feel like there's more major life shifts and like big moments happening for this masculine, like big lessons. Like when I think of like the major arcana, it's like the catalyst, like events and emotions and things happening that are like the catalyst for like deep self-reflection, taking a look in the mirror. I'm thinking of like the Magician in the Mirror card and like the Energy Oracle. To sit with what you're feeling, notice what's going on around you, and listening to your intuition. We have this Messenger of Water, a Knight of Cups energy. This Knight of Cups looks very like cobwebby. It almost looks like it's something that's like been in the sea that like moss has been growing on. I don't know. I'm kind of getting a sense like this, where this emotional part of themselves, or even spiritual, we see this like purple seahorse that like this person is communicating with here. That aspect of themselves has long been like, just, again, it's like kind of tucked away down and deep into the depths of the ocean, like gathered, like moss is growing. Like I'm saying, I'm just getting this sense of like overgrown debris and things like that. And it's like finally like creaking back to life is like a vibe that I'm getting. This person is actually taking the time to look into what their emotions and what their soul is like trying to say to them in some sort of way. They're just like noticing their emotions more, but there is still that energy of like creaking back to life. Like this isn't necessarily, the Knight of Cups can be a wishy-washy energy as well, so there's no telling if this is going to stay or go, but we do have a lot of odd numbers here. Number 14 isn't an odd number, but it reduces to a 5, and also the number 1 and the number 9. And for you guys, you have one even and one odd number, but I feel like you guys, it's more of a focus for you right now on like your daily life, your interactions with other people, the work that you're doing and that you have to do. You could be very busy is a vibe that I'm getting. You could be having to think quickly on your feet and come up with strategies, maybe at work, maybe related to some sort of project, maybe related to some sort of something going on in your life where you kind of have a lot of balls in the air right now. You have a lot of things going on simultaneously is something that I'm getting. Like you're very busy, and I feel like you're handling it well, because this Queen of Wands is the first energy that, like, you know, the first card that came out here. Oh yeah, I just cut to this. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on around you, and you're just like doing a very good job of like keeping yourself very steady and overcoming some mental challenges that you've had. I feel that I feel like, oh, Spirit's highlighting the emotional maturity difference, the difference of emotional maturity between the two of you. Whereas this is just becoming almost like this person's emotional self is just like a rock in the depths of the ocean, you know, becoming like a moss covered with like debris. Like you are like King Triton, is that his name? from The Little Mermaid. Like, you're like literally the king of the ocean. You're in there like swimming around, like, you know it well. You're like the one in control of your own emotions. Your emotions aren't controlling you. It's not some deep dark thing that's just like causing reactions that you're not aware of. Like, you're very much like very open to what your emotions are trying to tell you. The way he's like, hey, he looks so excited to see this little fish. I'm thinking of these two animals as like little messengers, and like, look at the difference. This masculine's energy is a little bit like, who are you? What are you? What are you trying to tell me? And like, you guys are more so an energy of like, hey, my old friend. You know what I mean? It's like you've taken the time to go into these depths. And I think that's why you're in this energy of neutrality, because you really have managed to neutralize a lot of your triggers and, you know, kind of take out the emotional charge behind them. Not to say you don't still get triggered, not to say that there's not still things that upset you, but you have really managed to take the sting out of a lot of it. So yeah, I feel like you're in a very powerful energy, very emotionally mature energy. You have like elevated yourself. You're dealing with the details of your life. You are the center of your world. Even the way that this 8 of Pentacles looks, with this cello, it looks like a cello, and because it looks big, otherwise it maybe it's just a violin, and it's a little fairy, so that's why it looks so big. But it's like, this is you at the center and all the things that you have going on. You have a very balanced, well-rounded life. Like I said, I feel like all the stuff going on around you that you're very busy with, I feel like you're not necessarily looking at it as a burden or like it's bad. It's maybe even enjoyable to you. With the cello, you could be trying to learn a new hobby, even an instrument, like that could be literal. Dance, like that could be dance. You could be exercising. You could be trying to stimulate your creativity somehow, even just for fun. Even you could be like, oh, Christmas is coming up, doing crafts for people's, you know, presents, and or trying to make crafts for decor for your home. And I'm getting like your space, like you could be doing things for your space to beautify things. But you're definitely in control here of your own self, and I feel like you're a little bit protective of your heart here. Like I was saying, I do feel there is a sense of like not knowing if you can trust what you're feeling. Almost like, oh, is like almost thinking like, is this going to be another lesson? And there's also this sense here of you having this newfound confidence with the Queen of Wands, but also maybe feeling like you hasn't really caught up to you yet. There's a sense of maybe you feeling like a fraud, or that you're being fake, or that, is this really me kind of a vibe. It's kind of like I always like use Joe Budden, because I feel like what wise words and mood music for. But and 4.5 or whatever. I think 4.5 is the one I like, that has like the remixes or whatever. But when he's like, strangely, I'm no longer sad, mad, or angry, ashamedly. It pains me, feeling like it just ain't me. Like, I feel like you could have, like, your emotional turmoil is something that could have been like a big part of your identity for a long time. And I do think it's something that you have evolved past and like shifted into this new, like maybe fiery kind of vibe now. So it's like where you're working on confidence and growing, but I feel like you've had to like wash away a lot of like past pain, which I'm sure this twin flame connection has helped you do. That's what they're known for. So I feel like there's a sense of like you shifting into this new era, but almost feeling a sense of like inauthenticity. Like, is this really me? Also in Joe Budden, like with nothing to overcome, and I miss the burden. He's talking about he misses like that old version of himself sometimes, because, you know, even when you are in an energy like that, it's a little bit easier to sort of curl up into that identity, curl up and feel sad. And, you know, sometimes like your sadness and your pain does become sort of like a comforting blanket to you, but I feel like it's a blanket that you no longer need. You are lighting yourself up from within. You're comforting yourself from within. You don't need these old things that used to bring you comfort, including this person. I would say, unfortunately, I feel like you're focused on work. You're focused on your own confidence and your own self. You're focused on whatever is going on in your life that is keeping you very busy. Okay. Let's see what else. How is this twin flame, how is connection affecting you guys now? And it's a mirror, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. How is this twin flame connection affecting both of you? We have Harvest, number 43. So again, this was coming through in a reading I just did, which was big changes coming in for you guys. So check that out. But yeah, I feel like with the Harvest energy, that does make sense. I feel like a harvest is when you're collecting like all the crops that you've grown. Is that correct? Like it's harvest time. Like, yeah, she looks like she has like plants and stuff in her hand. So you're like reaping the rewards of all your hard work here, like on the farm. But in this case, unless you actually are a farmer, it could be more metaphorical, where it's let's do this like this. It's more like metaphorical, and this is you like shifting into this like very confident but like abundant woman energy, like feminine energy. Doesn't, you don't have to be a woman, but just like kind of collecting the rewards. And the rewards could just be like how you feel about yourself. The fact that you're like enjoying your life again, the fact that you're able to keep yourself in this graceful energy while there's so much chaos going on around you. Now for your person, I feel like they are harvesting too. This is a new beginning for them. This is a time where they're really getting in touch with themselves, I think, for the first time. I feel like, not for the first time as if they've never known who they were, but for in a way that they haven't maybe ever or in a long time. They're really like able to like be aware of their present moment, how they're living and what they're doing. And it may not seem like it's the same sort of like bountiful harvest that you're receiving, although this could mean that this person has come into some money. I feel like with the Magician, they could have a job that they're really good at. Magician is somebody that uses tools and is very skillful. It's a mercurial energy. They could be very smart. Also, we have Sagittarius energy with patience. That's Temperance energy. So that's Sagittarius. Sagittarius is another very intelligent energy. And we also have this purple seahorse. I feel like your person is very smart. Even the glasses, like I think of intelligence. I feel like they could be really focused on work at this time. And maybe this is where they're like applying the things that they have kind of learned from this connection, where they're like using what they've learned in order to like kill it at work and like really be aware. And maybe it's also helping them to sort of, I don't know, like be a little bit more emotionally, like if their emotions make them have certain, or their triggers make them have certain reactions, even something from childhood, nothing really to do with you guys like necessarily, but maybe where they felt like they weren't good enough, so they didn't really try because maybe they were always told like you have to do better or something like that. Like there's something like that, but they're sort of like stepping into their own here, where they're realizing like if I work hard, oh my god, that song, that Nas song, I know I can, that was like my favorite song. Like when it came out, I was in like 10th grade. Love it. But I know I can be what I want to be if I work hard at it. I'll be where I want to be. Now I'm gonna go like download that song later. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of like they realize that it's not inherently something in them that makes them good or bad, but it's like the work that they're gonna put in. And again, this might be something that they learned from their connection with you, whereas they didn't put in the work and look what happened. So could be or could not. I don't know if they made that connection yet, but they're sort of realizing it with their work is something that I would get. So they are having that harvest energy. They are having good things happening to them. But it's more so in a work way for them. Whereas with you, I feel like it's more about the way you feel. I don't know. And the way you're like handling stressful situations and things like that. So let's see what else. How is this twin flame connection? How is it affecting you guys now? Yin. Yeah, this is that feminine energy coming in for you guys. I was really picking up on that. Unfinished symphony. Again, we see a keyboard, and I feel like respect for you guys, I feel like this is an era of time where you're just, maybe this connection like sucked up a lot of your energy in the past, so you're really taking the time to like get back to the things that you love and even like discover what things you do love. even tend to certain responsibilities that you were neglecting, or like even things in yourself that maybe you were neglecting. Beautifying the home, this soft energy, I'm really getting that. And same goes for your masculine. I feel like it's the same vibe where they're tuning into the softer side of their own energy with this Knight of Cups here. I feel like it's like they're pulling back a curtain on something that has been hidden from them or just neglected in them for a long time. So they definitely are feeling that as well. With the Unfinished Symphony, I feel like this is them. Okay, it's a similar vibe. It's just like you're both tending to things in your own life. For you, again, I feel like it's more fun related, like hobbies and things like that. You're working on projects, creative projects, because you're coming through in the Queen of Fire, which is like a fiery, obviously, more creative energy. Whereas the Magician is a more mercurial, like down to earth energy. It rules Virgo as well as Gemini, but it's a very logical, practical energy. So that's where like this distinction is coming from. What else? How is this energy affecting you both? Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. And the fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, and secret beginnings. There's a lot of work being done here, a lot of knowledge and just aligning with a divine plan here. I feel like you're both like where you're supposed to be. And just like I said, your journey, like your leg of the journey is kind of not finished, but like a certain aspect of the journey is finished and you're moving on to a new one. And like your masculine also is like starting this new journey, but their journey is more potent. There was something that said potency on like the back of the deck energy for this deck. And I feel like the potency for the masculine is highlighted more so here. All right, let's see what else. How is this connection affecting you guys? Confidence is your key to success. Yes, I am definitely feeling that for you guys. For both of you, have this newfound confidence. For your masculine, it could be in a career way. For you guys, it could be just like within yourself and just the way you're carrying yourself. Even like I was talking about your nails before with that milky white, but I'm also noticing when I think of Leo, I think of hair, beautiful hair. Leos are known for that. Like, and I don't know, your masculine, it's more so that they're starting to feel like all the things that maybe they were told when they were younger, I'm really getting that, are just, not that they're not true, but maybe they became a self-fulfilling prophecy where they believed it and then acted that way. And now they're realizing like, I can decide to have confidence and think that I'm good at things, and then like I'll actually see that happening. Whoa. And I think that's where this conversation with their emotions is coming from, and they're realizing a lot of things were like affecting them that they were not aware of. Very interesting. All right, what else? How is this connection affecting both of you? How are you feeling about each other? Let's just like, yeah, how is this connection affecting you both? What are you learning? Like, what have you learned the most? What have you guys learned the most? That's 3. Okay, just 1. Okay. We have life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. So you're both learning that, I'm sorry, that's the middle. Okay. That there's no point in resisting maybe this divine plan here, that things are going to continue on, whether you fight it and kind of prolong it for years, or you can just like let go. I feel like you're learning how to like let go. It's like as if you're in a river or even in this vortex of space here. That's kind of what it looks like. And you're just, I don't know what that is, but that's like where I just got this idea. But it looks like this person is like clinging to something. It's as if this vortex is like trying to like sweep them into it. And they're like, oh, but like, if you just like let go, So it's like you could have stayed in this void energy, this vortex where the, like, it's like almost like the beautiful stuff is right in there. And even like when you get sucked into this vortex, it might hurt for a few minutes, or it might not feel great at first. Like it might feel like your life is changing and you don't like that. But once you get in there, it's like, oh, like this is actually like where I want to be. Like this is actually where I am supposed to be. It feels right. It's almost like that, where it's like, oh, like, and you see the beauty of everything you've been through, and that you were resisting it for so long, like almost not for no reason, because I feel like you learned a lot, like that whole like inner winter rest potency. I feel like that's where a lot of this work took place, and that was all part of the plan as well. But it's almost like because of that, you know, not to like cling on anymore, and you're able more to like go with the flow. And it's a practice, and maybe sometimes you still do cling on and like some, you know, blah, blah, blah. But like overall, I feel like it's like a practice that you've become like very good at, and you know that you and your person have both learned the most. And maybe they've even, for your person, I'm more so getting that they've learned that they can change a little bit. They could be a little bit more fixed. They might be a fixed sign like a Taurus or something, or have a lot of like fixed energy in their chart. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. And we do have this Leo energy here as well. But again, it's like a new moon in Leo. It's almost like taking my energy and applying it in a different way, or taking a different aspect of my energy and applying it in a different way. So very interesting. I feel like this is very mature energies here. Like I'm noticing as well that something I didn't notice before is that this King Triton figure, this King of Water, is like white hair with a beard, whereas this person has a white beard as well. So I feel like you have both really grown in your wisdom and matured so much. All right, any messages? Okay, let's just get all the ones that did that. I don't know if I even wanted to get these, but I am not emotionally available right now. Yeah, I feel like this is you, especially like towards this person. I don't know, I'm just going to get these and interpret them in my own way. Let me take you out on a date. I have trust issues from previous pain. I am truly sorry. You deserve better. I repress my emotions. Your independence is sexy, and I think time apart is best for right now. I feel like this kind of does sum up the reading as far as I've interpreted it. I feel like your person, the masculine, wasn't really emotionally available, and now this feminine is kind of like shut down to the masculine. I feel like she's more so interested in having like romantic beginnings where things are moving forward. I'm being taken on a date and I'm being treated well. I feel like the trust issues from previous pain, we were touching on that a little bit from the masculine. Not necessarily trust issues, but more so issues of like self-confidence and identity. I feel like this person does feel sorry, and they do think that you deserve better. I feel like now that they're more aware of their surroundings, this might be something that they haven't really come to this conclusion yet, but they might moving forward. As more of their emotions come up, this says I repress my emotions. So as more of these emotions come up, they might be dealing with them a little bit more effectively. They might not be as afraid to look behind the curtain there. Your independence is sexy. I feel like this is also just speaking that like you think you feel sexy, you feel different now that you're kind of cut off from this connection and you've sort of taken your power back from it. You're feeling sexier, you're feeling better, you're feeling more independent, you're feeling sorry, more confident. And I think time apart is best for right now. I feel like that's something that you would like both agree on. I feel like there is a spiritual awakening happening with your person right now, just in the way that they're like listening a little bit more to their soul and their desires in that realm that we already talked about like quite a bit. So we don't have to get into that again. But yeah, I feel like the feminine is almost like you could be ready to start dating again. Like we were talking about, you could be entertaining the idea, but also I have trust issues from previous pain. That's kind of like what we were talking about when I was reading the crystal, where like you're having trouble like trusting your own judgment. You're kind of like, okay, like I will go with the flow, but is this leading somewhere that's just going to be like another tough lesson? I feel like you're okay with it, but you're just kind of like mentally preparing for that in case it is. And just like kind of like, it's like before you go over like a roller coaster, you're like, oh my God, it's going to be like so scary. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so, but I feel like this is saying go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. So I feel like Spirit's like, well, trust yourself and see what happens. I feel like you're in a very attractive energy right now. There's abundance coming in. I feel like there is good fortune and good things happening for you guys. I feel like you have a team of people helping you align and feel your best, so like all these things can come in for you. So God bless. I feel like it is harvest time, and yeah, go watch that reading. Big changes coming your way, because I feel like that might resonate for you guys as well. So I'll link that below. And yeah, all right guys, I think we're gonna leave it there, and don't forget to like the video, comment your thoughts, or subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this reading and enjoy my vibe. I would love to have you here. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, thank you so much for watching this reading. I appreciate it, you guys, and I will hopefully catch you in the next one, okay? Bye!